faithfully conveying value, exploring great books worldwide. Hi, this is Sally's Book Talk. Today's book is one of the most important classics in Chinese aesthetic history, combining psychology research methods. It's titled The Psychology of Art and Literature. Author Mr. Zhu Guangqian used comparative East-West methodologies to interpret Western aesthetic theories through Chinese paintings, making complex concepts accessible about aesthetic experiences, artistic origins, and social functions. These fundamental aesthetic questions make this an essential primer for enthusiasts. Mr. Zhu Guangqian was China's renowned aesthetician who dedicated his life to research and education in this field. In his youth, after studying literature, psychology, and philosophy, Zhu discovered their convergence in aesthetics, leading him to fully embrace this discipline. So what makes aesthetics and art neither edible nor practical, so compelling across generations? Zhu's answer: humans can endure hunger, humiliation, distress. All can be overcome, except the need for art. Through today's discussion, you'll gain deeper understanding of this profound question. This 250,000-word book has 17 chapters. I'll break it into 3 sections. Part 1 explains artwork creation from psychological perspectives. Part 2 examines 2 key conceptual pairs in art through micro-level analysis. Finally, we'll explore art's meaning for life, how it liberates us. Let's start with artistic creation. First, let's understand the psychological concept of aesthetic experience. An intuitive perception of form. Form refers to what we directly perceive through sight, sound, and touch. Intuition means pure perception divorced from practical functions or associative thinking, like seeing a round table without considering its utility or comparing it to square tables, pure focus on its circular form. Only humans experience aesthetic perception. Animals only recognize practical value. When a cat sees a mouse, it just pounces to catch and eat it. Have you ever seen a cat pause to admire a mouse? Only humans do such useless things. It's precisely art that distinguishes us from animals, granting pure spiritual fulfillment. So how does aesthetic experience translate into artistic action? Earlier, we defined aesthetic experience as intuitive perception of form, but different people have different intuitions toward the same form. This means aesthetic experience is our personal, mental, artistic creation. How do we externalize this mental creation? We need psychological understanding. German psychologists Theodor Lipps, Greuze, and Hugo Mansterberg contributed most here. Greuze believed we physically mimic observed movements. Mansterberg argued, perceived motion in objects reflects our own muscle movements. When absorbed in a form, our bodies naturally mirror its posture, creating movement impulses. Seeing towering mountains makes us want to stand tall. Like them, observing swaying willow branches makes us sway rhythmically. Hearing birdsong inspires musical creation. Traditional Chinese art theory also advocates emulating nature. Zhu Guangqian believed deeper immersion brings heightened aesthetics, achieving the unity of self and object. Thus, all art, visual literature, sculpture, or performative dance music manifest our aesthetic experiences. Now, how to best experience art. The secret lies in maintaining optimal distance. Edward Bullo's psychical distance. It's about viewing things from appropriate psychological distance. Too distant creates emotional disconnect from reality. Too close makes us focus only on practical value, neglecting aesthetic appreciation. Imagine discussing Van Gogh with a vegetable farmer. He wouldn't understand. If you praise the scenery near his home, he might find it strange. What's special? I see it daily. Van Gogh is too abstract for farmers. Local scenery, too familiar. This explains why realism feels mundane, while pure idealism becomes incomprehensible. Distance, miscalibration. To recap, aesthetic experience is intuitive perception. Artistic creation requires transforming this intuition, while appreciation needs balanced distance. Now let's examine two crucial conceptual pairs in art. First, natural beauty. V's artistic beauty. Understanding artistic beauty requires comparing with natural beauty. Recall our definition. Is a wilderness stone beautiful? When unobserved, it's mere nature. When perceived aesthetically, it becomes art, natural beauty transformed. Take Chinese Taihu stones. Artists appreciate their leanness, ruggedness, texture, and permeability. These features form naturally through water erosion over centuries. Leanness means slender form with graceful curves. Permeability requires porous structure creating intricate beauty. Texture refers to surface wrinkles. Connectivity means interconnected cavities. Natural features become artistic merits through selective appreciation. Finally, artistic ugliness. Most confuse natural ugliness with artistic ugliness, assuming art must be beautiful. For example, chaotic lines and harsh sounds can be called natural ugliness. Artistic ugliness is an aesthetic concept existing only in the artistic realm. Victor Hugo's Quasimodo, in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, exemplifies artistic ugliness. In reality, we'd avoid someone deaf, one-eyed, and hunchbacked. But in art, we discover symbolic meaning in his grotesqueness and are moved by his inner beauty. Thus in art, both beauty and ugliness are human constructs. Next concept. Sublime beauty. vs. delicate beauty. Zhou Guangquan categorized beauty into two types, vigorous and gentle. These correspond to different natural impressions. Nature has eagles, pines and orioles, willows. Art has northern autumn steeds and southern spring blossoms. Zhu referenced Kant's sublime beautiful dichotomy. The sublime inspires awe through immensity. The sublime evokes awe with discomfort, while beauty brings pure pleasure. This also connects to Nietzsche's Apollonian-Dionysian duality. Vigorous beauty is dynamic, gentle. Beauty is static. Vigorous beauty resembles drunken ecstasy. Gentle beauty resembles dreamlike serenity. Nietzsche's Dionysian art music, dance, embodies ecstasy. Apollonian art, epic sculpture embodies order. Dionysian frenzy mirrors vigorous beauty, storm-like passion. Apollonian tranquility reflects gentle beauty's quiet elegance. This duality parallels Chinese yin-yang, philosophy's complementary opposites. Thus, Su's methodology of East-West comparative analysis shines through. Having explored art from both macro and micro perspectives, let's finally examine art's impact on human life. Why create art? When aesthetic experience itself is artistic creation, why not just imagine it? Why materialize creations? Zhu Quan explains this through psychological subject-object differentiation. Humans seek to conquer objectivity through creation. A fetus in the womb knows no subject-object. Distinction needs instantly met in uterine warmth. Thread-free existence prevents conceptualization of external reality. This primordial unity represents the ultimate aesthetic state of self-world fusion. Birth forces awareness of subject, object. This awakening comes through distress, hunger unanswered, touch ungiven. We realize we're not the cosmic center. Our cries echo in indifferent reality. Subject consciousness emerges. Through this painful marginalization, adults yearn to regain prenatal unity. We seek to conquer reality, amplifying voices, reshaping rules, rebuilding order. This manifests as expressive and dominative desires. Like merchants or scientists, artists conquer through creation, building ideal realms. Mental concepts need materialization. Telepathy alone won't conquer the world. Thus, artists must manifest creations to influence reality. Unlike commerce or science, art transforms through pure, non-utilitarian means. Zhu Guangqian was profoundly influenced by Benedetto Croce, founder of modern Western aesthetics. Croce believed art transcends utility and morality. It exists beyond judgment, standards, and volitional domains. Repressed emotions, misunderstood ideas, and social injustices constitute brutal oppression of human will. Thus, extraordinary talents must manifest in ideal realms. Art being such a sanctuary. Somerset Maugham's The Moon and Sixpence fictionalizes Paul Gauguin's life. Gauguin abandoned stockbroker, career, and family at 35 to pursue art. Despite bourgeois comfort, "I must paint like a drowning man needs air," he declared, severing familial ties. In tropical isolation, poverty, forced manual labor, and makeshift painting materials, despite leg ulcers and blindness, Gauguin painted until death at 54. His masterpiece. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Questions human existence. Such existential inquiry finds expression only through art, achieving unity with cosmic essence. This explains why I recommend The Psychology of Art and Literature to you, not a practical guide. Its value lies in revealing art's spiritual consolation. Having completed 3 sections, let's review key points. First, aesthetic experience as intuitive perception, requiring proper distance for appreciation. Next, 2 micro-level conceptual pairs in aesthetics. First pair, artistic B as natural beauty, ugliness. Human will defines artistic values. Second pair, vigorous, delicate beauty, corresponding to Kantian sublime, beautiful, and yin-yang philosophy. Ultimately, art's significance lies in enabling self-transcendence, merging with cosmic essence through liberation from worldly constraints. Notably, Seguanquian's theory emphasized artistic spirituality and individuality, with limited focus on moral function. This contrasts with practical aesthetics, represented by Li Zehu, emphasizing material and social dimensions, their theories being complementary. For interested listeners, comparative reading is recommended. This concludes our discussion of The Psychology of Art and Literature. Notes available below until tomorrow.